Welcome back to another video, my fellow no-lifers, and today we'll be opening up the new starter decks, Protective Light and Hero of Hope. Stay tuned until the end of the video because I will be doing a deck profile over this on what I think would be the best cards and ratio to use, so definitely stick around for that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and crack these bad boys open. We'll start with the Protector of Light with Ty and everyone, since he is the main character in Adventure 01. So these new starter decks are based around the main protagonists of Season 1 with the Adventure trait. So I think this is the first time, well, not really the first time, other than Hunters, I believe, that you're able to use all of these protagonist Digimon and the Tamers in the same deck. Correct me if I'm wrong because I started at the end of BT14, but this is the first time I've ever seen a deck like this. So here we have it, the deck here. What comes with it looks like a little guide on how to play the card game. Gives you all the phases, how to play cards. So definitely good for beginners. And then also they give you a little play mat here. And on that play mat, you have Agumon there and War Greymon. Neat little playmat, though as much as Bandai prints these, majority of them kind of just gets tossed in the trash because no one really uses that other than the rubber mats. And then moving on to the main bulk of this starter deck here, we just have the decks and all the cards here, so we'll quickly go through that. And I know that there's a rare pull that you can pull from the structure deck, either the Agumon from the Protector of Light deck or the Gabumon from Hero of Hope. So let's see how my luck is. I did pull the rare Safagumon signature card from BT21. If you guys haven't checked that video out yet, go ahead and check it. It's on my channel. All right, so we get 4 of the Digitama Koromon, and then 4 of the Biomons. Good searcher for this deck. Allows you to add 1 Digimon card with Adventure trait and 1 Tamer or option card among them to the hand. Pretty good searcher here. Reveals the top 3. Looks like it's going through the Biomon line first here, and then we get 4 Birdramons. It's a good card to evo quickly into your level 5s. And then level 5 Garudamon rare here. And then we have 4 of the Gatomons. And then finally, here's this first super rare of the starter deck. We have Angelomon. Pretty nice art there. Okay. And then I think in this set here you have Tai, Kari, Izzy, and Sora, the Digidestions in this starter deck. And then on the other one, you have Matt, TK, Joe, and Mimi. So we have 4 of Tentomon that they give us. 4 Kabuterimons. 4 of Mega Kabuterimons. 4 of Agumon rares. This is such a good rookie because you're able to warp into your level 6 with Agumon, and it's the same with the Gabumon. If your opponent has a 10,000 DP or more Digimon, or if you have a total of 3 or more colors with your Tamers, with this deck, it very centralized over playing your Tamers out, having those colors, and then utilizing your Digimon effects. I don't think it'll be very much of a problem to have Tamers with 3 or more colors that's on your board, or in total 3 or more colors. All right, so moving on here, we have 2 of the War Greymon Ace cards. I don't know how I feel about this Ace card yet. Seems very mediocre to me. It does give you kind of, well, only immunity to Digimon effects. It'll still be affected by option cards. And I really like the secondary effect because it's on its when Digivolving, when attacking effect. It's not once per turn, so you could activate more than once per turn. All right, well, that's it for the Digimon. We're moving on here to the Tamers. Okay, and we have 4 of Sora and Kari. And then for the rare Tamers, we have Tai and Izzy, 2 of. And that is it for the Tamers, it looks like. Moving on to the options, we have 4 of Our Courage United. It's a good card to draw into your decks because it allows you to draw 2, and then it has a delay effect. If one of your level 5 or higher Digimon would leave the battle area, you may play 1 level 5 or lower Digimon card with Adventure trait from your hand without paying the cost. So in a way, you could recycle and get a body back out on the board, just so that you're not at any point without a Digimon on board. Okay, and then the last of our option, we have Island of Adventure here. This kind of acts like a field spell card if you guys ever played Yu-Gi-Oh! It's just a continuous effect that boosts your Digimon. So when it's face up in the security, it gives all your level 3 or higher Digimon 2k DP plus. So, but yeah, that's it for the options. And that was it for the deck. But with the deck, it does come with some alt art reprints of the scramble cards. So you get one of the red scramble, one of the blue scrambles, one yellow, one green, one black, and one purple. So the art in the Protector of Light decks, you get, for the red, you have Agumon here. For the blue, you have Gomamon, yellow, Gatomon, green, Tentomon. Can't remember this Digimon's name exactly. I think it was Caramon. And then you have Wizardmon for the purple. In the Hero of Hope deck, it's a different art. So different Digimons are on the art of those scrambles there. But yeah, you only get one of each, sadly. If you want to get a whole full play set of the same art, you would have to get 4 of the same starter decks. And it's just honestly, at that point, just buy the singles, because it's definitely not worth buying 4 of one. You really only need 2 of that deck. But yeah, that is it for the Protector of Light. We're gonna move on to opening up Hero of Hope here. Yeah, definitely stay tuned until the end of this video, because I will be doing a deck profile of what I think is best fit cards to use along what ratio. I'll give a little bit more in depth on exactly how the deck works as well. So yeah, here we have it. Hero of Hope, same thing. You guys already saw the rules, so we don't need to open that. But let's take a look at the printed paper playmat that Bandai gave us. So here we have Gabumon and Metal Garurumon. The art is definitely great. I just wish this was printed on like a rubber mouse pad type mat, so that I could definitely use. Because I definitely do not use any paper mat when I play. All right. So for this deck, we have 4 Pseudomons for the Digitamas. There, going down the Gomamon line here. We have 4 of the Gomamons. So this is pretty much a floodgate. Your opponents can't gain memory other than by tamer effects. We've already seen blue floodgates already, but this just works a lot better with the adventure deck. Then we have the Ikakumon line, Digivolution line for Gomamon, which is the champion. 4 of the Zudomon. And then moving on to the next Digimon, we have 4 Angemon. I'm sorry, I'm probably out of frame there. 4 Angemon. And we have super rare Magna Angemon. Like how they made the Angels, Angelmon and Magna Angemon super rares. Okay. Moving on to the next Digimon, we have 4 Palmons. I definitely think this is a great card to run in the deck, just because by trashing 1 card with Adventure Trait in your hand, you could draw 2. So just kind of like the Vmon from the Virus Imperial deck. Then we have 4 Togemons and 4 Lilymons for the rares. And that's it for the Palmon line. And then we have 4 of Gabumons. And what I mentioned earlier with the Agumon, this Gabumon can warp into Metagarurumon in your hand for the Digivolution cost of 4, which was the same thing as Agumon, ignoring Digivolution requirements. And the same conditions or requirements. Well, the only condition to be able to do that is if your opponent has 10,000 DP more Digimon on the board, or if your tamers have a total of 3 or more colors. Next thing is, and last of the Digimon in this deck, is 2 Metagarurumon Ace. I really think this is a pretty strong ace just between the 2 starter decks that they provided us, just because you're able to return one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon to the bottom of the deck for every 2 colors that your tamers have. You're able to add 1 to the maximum of that level. It's just great to be able to remove bodies without having to really delete them, though there's a lot of protection nowadays where when a Digimon would leave the battle area, that they're able to do things. So then the other thing is it's when attacking, even though this is once per turn, being able to play out a body is just really nice. But yeah, that's it for the Digimons. Moving on to the tamers here. We have 4 of Joe Kido and Mimi Tachikawa, and 2 of Matt Ishida and TK Takashi. And that's it for the tamers. And then for the options, we have 4 of Believe in Our Friendship. This kind of reminds me of Lament of Friendship. But yeah, it's pretty nice here. It's another way of being able to search your deck and pull key cards from there. And then it also has a delay of being able to gain you 2 memories if you need it. And then last of the option cards and last of the main deck itself, we have Genai's House. Same thing as what I mentioned earlier with the other card from Protector of Light, where it's like a field card that you're able to gain that DP boost, continuous effect there. But yeah, that's it for the deck. And then for the alternate art reprint of the Scramble cards, we have for red, Biyomon, blue, Gabumon, yellow, Patamon, green, Palmon, black, Numemon, and then purple, Devimon. But yeah, that is it for showcasing and doing an unboxing of the 2 starter decks there. Sadly, I wasn't able to pull the rare pulls from either one of the starter decks, but maybe I'll probably buy some more and see if I can pull it, but highly doubt I'm gonna do that. But yeah, that is it for the unboxing. So we'll move on to the deck profile now. Alright guys, now we're diving into a spicy, budget-friendly, but super strong Digimon Adventure toolbox deck using cards from the starter deck ST20 and ST21. This hybrid build blends all of the colors to form a more powerful toolbox style strategies centered around our Ace Megas, War Greymon, and Metal Garurumon. So let's get right into it. Starting off here, for our Digi-Eggs, Digitamas, we run 4 of the Sunomons. The egg gives us the on-deletion effect. You may return 1 Digimon card with the adventure trait from your trash to the hand. This is to help you with recycling cards you need in the mid to late game to keep your momentum going, which is a solid value in this deck since this deck has little protection prior to level 6s. Also, the reason why we're not running the Koromon is because, as we'll see later on, we do get plenty of DP boost from our other Digimons. So I feel like this is definitely more value from being able to return one of your Digimon card than to get that extra 1k DP. But yeah, that is it for our Digitamas. Moving on to our rookies, we have a strong 12 card lineup. We do play the 4 of Biyomon. This rookie is imperative for being able to search your deck for key pieces to build up your stack to level 6. Allowing you to add not only Digimon card with adventure trait, but also either a tamer or option card with adventure trait. Its inherit also gives you a 2k DP buff that can help with buffing your Digimon and run over your opponent's Digimon as needed, and also potentially being bigger than a Digimon in their security. So like what I mentioned before, Koromon eggs not really needed since you're getting a lot of DP buff from the inherits from your other Digimon. Next rookie that we're playing is 4 of the Palmon here. Another great rookie that provides you with digging deeper into your deck. By trashing a card in your hand with adventure trait, you're then allowed to draw 2 cards from your deck, which speeds up on snagging key component cards from your deck as needed. Its inherit, though it's not as strong as Biyomon's, it's still a great DP boost of 1k power. And then next line of rookies, we run 2 of the Agumons and 2 of the Gabumons here. These are solid options to support our Ace Digimon. Agumon and Gabumon allows you to warp into their respective level 6s. If your opponent has a Digimon with 10k DP or more, or if you have 3 or more total cards tamer on your board, this gives you 2 different conditions to meet to be able to warp and not locking you into one, allowing more versatile gameplay. With the inherits, Agumon gives you reboot, which helps during your opponent's turn to potentially not have one of their Digimon attacking into your suspended Digimon if they have one with higher DP and clearing your stack. Gabumon's inherit, when attacking, lets you draw a card, then trashing a card in your hand to further speed up your gameplay, allowing you to draw into necessary cards to boost your board even more and potentially locking you in for the win. But that is it for our rookies. Moving into our champions line, this is where our multicolored strategy really shines. We play the 3 of Birdramon and 3 of Togemon. Very strong level 4s, allowing you to instantly go into your level 5 with a total of only 2 memory costs due to its effect of evoing into your level 5 without paying the cost. If you have tamers with adventure trait totaling 3 or more colors, and its inherit effect following its level 3 counterpart, Biyomon and Palmon, giving 2k DP and 1k DP boost respectively to your Digimon. And next set of champions we're running is 2 of Kabuterimon and 2 of Angemon here. Its Wind Digivolving effect allows you to play one of your tamers for free if you have 1 or fewer tamers in play to quickly open your gameplay, meeting the color requirements of 3 or more colors from your other effects. Kabuterimon inherit also gives piercing to not only tunnel visioning on swinging at their security, but also clearing your opponent's board of 1 body on top of checking 1 security from piercing. Angemon's inherit, when attacking effect, gives one of your opponent's Digimon minus 2k DP for when you're needing that extra DP to be able to delete one of your opponent's Digimon, either by bringing their DP to 0 or to attacking into it. This is also great effect for when you're needing to get rid of your opponent's floodgates. But that is it for our champion lines, our level 4s. Moving on to our ultimates, our level 5s. The ultimates gives us flexibility and strong mid-game presence, and this is where you start to see why this deck is called Adventure Toolbox. So starting off here, we play 4 of Digimon. Its on-play when Digivolving effect allows one of your other Digimon to quickly Digivolve into the next level effectively for free. Not only that, but your turn effect will then give one of your Digimon Alliance an attack if it can. This makes hard playing level 5s a bit more worth it due to your Digimon still being able to do a minimum of 2 security check with Alliance and Pseudo Blitz before passing the turn over to your opponent. This also puts another level 5 on your board, so then you can evo until level 6 either that turn or the following turn if your opponent is not able to answer your board state, adding more aggression to your playstyle. Speaking of aggression, Digimon's Inherit also gives Alliance to give that extra security check and DP buff to itself when attacking. You will definitely be seeing this same Inherit across all of the level 5s. The next level 5 here that we play is Magna Angemon. Its on play when Digivolving effect is really strong, being able to place one of your opponent's 6k DP or lower Digimon as the top of their security. Not only that, but the DP cap increases by increments of 2k for every 2 colors your tamers have, further increasing the limitations on what Digimon you can choose on your opponent's board. Again here, like you saw in Digimon, the Inherit also gives Alliance. Our next level 5, we play 2 of Garudamons. Its on play when Digivolving effect gives one of your Digimon security attack +1, and for every 2 colors your tamer has, it also gets 2k DP on top of that. And I believe it is also another 2k, so it stacks every 2k. So you could get definitely more than that 2k buff. Its secondary effect is the same here as Digimon, where when your other Digimon are played or Digivolve, you get to give one of your Digimon Alliance and then Pseudo Blitz for the turn. And its Inherit, again, exact same thing, gives your Digimon Alliance. Then we play for our one-ofs, 1 Zudomon, 1 Lilymon. Zudomon, blue being blue here, with Zudomon's ability to strip any 1 source from your opponent's Digimon, and the amount of sources you can strip actually increases for every 2 colors your tamers have, and then you're able to return one of their Digimon with 1 or fewer Digivolution cards back to the hand. Its secondary effect is the same here as the previous ones that was shown, giving Alliance to one of your Digimon for the turn, and then they may attack whenever your other Digimon are played. Whenever one of your other Digimon are played or Digivolves that has the Adventure trait, it's able to give it Alliance and it may attack. And then once again, the Inherit here gives Alliance. And then for Lilymon, last but not least here, for level 5, we play this one of Lilymon. Being green, Lilymon gives the ability to suspend all your opponent's 5k DP or lower Digimon, then being able to bottom deck one of their suspended Digimon with the amount of how many you can return increases by 1 for every 2 colors your tamers have. The secondary effect and Inherit effect here is the exact same as the previous level 5 shown. The reason why we only play one each of these is because though they are strong in their respective colors, they're outshined by the first 3 level 5s that were shown. It's still nice as one-ofs in the deck to really give this deck that toolbox play style and gives you many more options to potentially get around your opponent's board. And that's it for our level 5s. We play a total of 10. Rounding out the Digimon lines, we have our boss Digimons. We play 3 of War Greymon and 3 of Metal Garurumon Ace. For War Greymon's on play, when Digivolving gives one of your Digimon immunity to your opponent's Digimon effects. The number of your Digimon you can choose to gain this immunity is increased by 1 for every 2 colors your tamers have. Keep in mind that this is only immune to Digimon effects, so option cards definitely is still going to affect your Digimon. Though this is not full immunity, it does give you somewhat of a sense of safety and forces your opponent to answer to your board by limiting them to using option cards. So be careful when swinging into their security, because those security bombs still will get rid of your Digimon. War Greymon also have a secondary effect when digivolving when attacking to be able to delete one of your opponent's lowest DP Digimon. And the great thing about this is that it's not once per turn. So effectively, if you're able to keep turn and attack the same turn you digivolve into War Greymon, you can at least clear 2 of your opponent's Digimon. For Metal Garurumon, it's on play when digivolving effect, you're able to return one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon to the bottom of their deck. And the level of Digimon you're able to choose increases by 1 for every 2 colors your tamers have. Its secondary effect of when attacking, though unlike War Greymon, it is once per turn that you're able to play 1 level 4 or lower Digimon card from your trash without paying the cost, allowing you to quickly and potentially build up another stack quickly and utilizing your level 5s to gain the speed and aggression that you need to win the game. Keep in mind that these are still ace cards, so you get the element of surprise by blast digivolving during your opponent's turn when they attack, catching them off guard and potentially putting a stop to their momentum. Another thing to remember is that we run the Warp Agumon and Gabumon, so you can quickly go from level 3 straight to your level 6s for only a memory cost of 4 and ignoring Digivolution requirements when you're in a pinch. Another thing to keep in mind, they are aces, so you do have that overflow 4, so if these were to be removed from the battle area, you do lose 4 memory. And that is it. To round out our Digimons, let's move on to our tamers. With all the mentions of tamers from all of our Digimon, this deck runs a total of 8. We run 2 of Sora and Kari, and 2 of Joe and Mimi. Starting with these 2 dual tamers, they share the same effect of start of your main phase. If you have a Digimon with Adventure trait, you can gain a memory. All 4 of these tamers, the Tai and Izzy and Matt and TK, the your turn effect of whenever your Digimon with Adventure trait is played, you can suspend them to reduce the play cost by 1. Effectively, if you have all 4 of these dual tamers out, you can reduce the play cost by 4. So those are great tamers. And then the last 4 tamers that we play is Ty and Izzy and Matt and TK. Additionally to the effects mentioned earlier for Ty and Izzy, they have an opponent's turn effect, giving all your Adventure trait Digimon blocker to add a little bit of defensive play to the deck. As for Matt and TK, they have an additional your turn effect. All your level 5 or higher Digimon with Adventure trait gains rush. A good play would be playing one of your Warp Agumon or Gabumon, reducing the play cost from your tamers, possibly being able to play it for free, then warping into your level 6, have it gain rush, and being able to attack if you have not passed turn over. It's definitely imperative to see your tamers and establishing your board with as many tamers as possible to maximize each of your Digimon's effects. That's why we run 2 of each of the tamers. We didn't want to run too much more, or we could potentially run into very inconsistent hands and brick our hands. But that's it for our tamers. Moving on to the option cards that we play. We play 2 of our Courage United. This is definitely a great option card that allows you to draw 2 cards from your deck, similar to Palamon's effect, though you don't need to trash a card from your hand, which is very much needed to search your deck as much as possible to quickly grab important cards that's needed to build your board state. It is then placed in your battle area and has an alternate delay effect of when any of your level 5 or higher Digimon would leave the battle area, you're able to play a level 5 or lower Digimon card with a Adventure trait from your hand without paying the cost. This is a great way to recycle your Digimon and keep a body on board as much as possible. And then the last 2 cards that we play is Genai's House or Genai's House. This is definitely last but not least. Its effect, when played, you add the bottom security card to your hand and then place this card face up as a bottom security card. And while it's in your security, it gives all your level 3 or higher Digimon a 3k DP boost. If any of you have played Yu-Gi-Oh! Just yet, like I mentioned earlier, think of this as a field spell card, where as a continuous effect, it's a great card to add onto beefing up your Digimon as needed. But that is all that we play in the deck. So how does it play? You want to build a board state with as many tamers as possible to maximize utilizing your Digimon effects. Then choose your ace evolution based on what you're up against. War Greymon for aggression, due to his immunity to Digimon effects. Metal Garurumon for further widening your board with its effect to play Digimon and also controlling your opponent's board. Tamers give you a consistency, while your multicolor champions and ultimates give you options every turn. This is a fantastic starter deck for beginners or returning players. It's budget friendly and by no means the best build for the deck. This is just what I think is best as far as which card to play and what ratio from specifically just the starter decks. Play around with the deck yourself and tailor it to your playstyle. Not to mention, with the release of ST21, there's some support cards that you may find fit to add to this deck. If you guys like this deck profile, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more Digimon content, and drop a comment with your favorite deck so far in this meta. I've got more profiles and gameplay videos coming soon. Until then, I'll catch you guys in the next one.